Hey yoga friends, today I have a practice for knee mobility and strength. So if you're ever moving throughout your day or you're practicing yoga and you notice any pain or achiness in your knees, this practice is here to help. So to start, I invite you to grab a belt or a yoga strap or anything that's long that you can use to help extend your arms. And we're going to start seated in a chair. If you have a chair without arms, that's best so that we can create space for ourselves to move. And we're going to start with some knee mobility practices just to get our knees moving. So, what you'll want to do is sit about halfway forward on your chair and make sure that the chair is really steady and sturdy so that we can create a strong base. And we're going to walk our feet forward slightly just to kind of extend our base that we're seated in so that we can make sure that we don't come forward in the chair. When you grab your strap, go ahead and wrap it around the back of one of your thighs. Doesn't matter which one you start with. And you can either hold both ends in each hand, or if you have a yoga strap, you can weave the end in and create a big loop. And what I invite you to do here, you're also welcome just to use your hands and wrap them around that thigh, is to pick that thigh just slightly up off the ground. So we're going to tip back, and what we want to make sure of is that we keep a straight back and a flat back. So as we tip back, thinking of our hips as sort of a fulcrum, we're going to come back and extend that right leg forward and down. Now, as you come forward, you're welcome to come back with the foot on the ground, or you can stay back, whichever feels best in your body. And we're just going to move our leg forward and back. This might seem really simple, but these kinds of mobility exercises are important, especially as we get older, so that our ligaments and joints and all that stuff around the knees can get some fluid moving. And when you're ready, you can release your foot. Next, we're going to go side to side. So you'll pick your leg up again with your hands or the belt, and just swing your knee side to side, your foot side to side. Your knee is going to stay as straight as possible. You might not notice, you might notice that your side to side range is not as far, but that's okay. We just want to get the leg moving in different directions. And you can rest it down when you're ready. And remembering to take some deep inhales and exhales here, letting your breath be free, especially if this is um, increasing the breath flow. You want to make sure that you're not holding. For the last time, we'll pick up that leg and we're going to take circles with our foot. So keeping our knee sort of in place, it'll move as we go, but we're going to take our foot and move it around. You can start clockwise if you'd like. You can take a break in between and come back and go the other direction. You're also welcome to do this standing with your hands on the wall. You can move in any direction that your leg feels like going. Placing that foot back down. When you're ready, we're going to take it to the other side. You might want to extend that other leg just a few times to get it moving again. And this time, we'll take it to the other leg, whichever one you were on. Again, picking up the leg just slightly off the chair, leaning back, keeping a flat back, and extending that leg out a few times. Again, option to come forward and rest in between. We're not in a race here. It doesn't matter how fast you go. You don't even need to go the pace that I'm going. You can slow it down. You can speed it up, whichever you prefer. Release your exhale here in your foot, and then bring your knee up again and take your foot side to side. Again, your range of motion here might not be very big, but that's okay. Remembering your breath here, let it out, let it go, and then release your leg back down. And one last time, this time we'll take our circles with our foot, keeping our knee where it is as best we can. We'll take our foot clockwise or counterclockwise. You choose the direction. There's no wrong way to start this. When you feel your leg getting tired, you can bring it down and rest it for a moment, and then bring it back up and start in the other direction. And then when you're ready, you can release. Take the strap out or whatever you have here, and you can place it aside for a moment. And we're going to stand for a part of our practice. We're going to move our chair away from us, but the bottom part facing towards our body. And we're going to be practicing a few movements here to continue to mobilize the knees. And so this might seem like a lot, but again, getting our bodies moving before we start to build some strength in them is important to make sure that we have our full range of motion. So we're going to stand facing towards the bottom part of the chair. Our hands can be alongside us. And when we're ready, we're going to inhale and bring our arms up overhead. Now, bring your arms up as far as they'll go. It doesn't matter how far. If they only go here, that's great. If they go a little higher, that's great. Bring them up as high as they'll go. Taking an inhale. Exhale the arms down to the side, and we're going to bow forward, hinging at the hips. So as we bow, we want to keep a flat back. Maybe we need to bend in the knees so that we can keep our back straight. Our hands can come to the bottom part of that chair. So here we're keeping the head in line with the heart, and we're going to take a halfway lift. So we're going to inhale, extend the legs long and extend the spine, facing our gaze down towards the bottom of the chair. And then we're going to exhale and fold forward. We don't have to go far, bending at the knees so the belly touches the knees. And the next inhale, we're going to extend again, extend our spine and extend our legs, and step back with that right foot as far as it'll go. It doesn't need to go super far. From here, we're going to step again back with the left foot. So we're coming into a downward facing dog, and we're going to press back. Now, if your shoulders are really tight here, that's okay. Only go as far as your shoulders tell you that they're ready to go. So if you're here, that's okay. If your shoulders are over your wrists, that's okay. And if you need to walk your feet closer to the chair, that's okay too. Do what feels best in your body. Wherever you are, ground down into all corners of the feet, making sure the base is strong here. And then we're going to bend gently in one knee and then the other. If you're coming up onto your toes and your heels need to lift, let them lift. Okay. This is a nice calf stretch too, but it's also getting some movement into the knees. Remembering your breath here. And then when you're ready, we're going to step forward with one of the feet. It doesn't matter which one. And then from here, we're going to do the same. We're going to bend in both knees. That back knee might not bend too far, but just slightly. And then extend in both legs. So not only, you might notice, are we getting into the muscles around the knees, we're getting into all those muscles like the hamstrings, the calf muscles, but it's all interconnected. So oftentimes when we're having knee pain or achiness, it's because of those muscles surrounding the knee pulling. So they need to move, right? We need to move. Our bodies are meant to. When you're ready, come to stillness. Exhale your air here, let it go, and step forward with that left foot. On an inhale, we'll rise. Hands can come up overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. Now, if you have any issues with blood pressure or anything like that, I invite you to do this against a wall so that you can keep your head above your heart. So you're not bending over, because this can increase our blood pressure. So if you're noticing any lightheadedness or anything like that, I invite you to place your hands instead of on a chair against a wall. And that'll keep you upright. So you can still do these stretches no matter where. So from here, we're going to take that to the other side. When we're ready, we'll exhale our air together here, arms down to the side. And we'll inhale our arms out to the side or up above the head. Exhale the hands down and coming forward. Again, bending in those knees. Take an inhale and straighten the spine here, straighten the legs as far as they'll go. And exhale forward. Inhale, take another halfway lift here, extend the spine. In this step, we're going to step back with the opposite foot that you stepped back with before. If you forgot, step back with whichever foot and notice if that feels familiar. If it doesn't feel familiar, you'll remember which side you were on. So from here, our right foot is planted, and then we'll pick up our left and bring it back as well. And from here, we'll start bending in one knee and then the other. So if you're against a wall, you can step back, leaning on the wall, and bending in one knee and then the other again. It's the same movement, just at a different angle. When you're ready, exhale your air here and come to stillness. And then we're going to step up with the opposite foot that you stepped back with. And then we're going to inhale and extend our legs, and exhale, bend into them. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Doing this just a few times. Again, if you're against a wall, you can do this, practicing your balance. When you're ready, come to stillness and step up with your left foot. From here, we're going to rise wherever you are, and we're going to turn the chair around. We're going to use it as our base as we do some standing exercises, now moving into strengthening the knees. And so these movements are repetitive for a reason. It gets your body used to conditioning it to do some of these movements over and over again. And as we move through our day, even just walking or walking up and down stairs, our legs and knees can pick up and move more freely. So we'll again stand facing our chair here. The feet ground down, hands to the side, roll the shoulders back. Stand up nice and tall so that we can take some inhales and exhales here freely. When we're ready, we'll exhale our air together, and we'll inhale the hands up above the head. Exhale them down to the side. We're going to take the chair with our left hand, and we're going to step back with our right foot. Now here we're going to be on two train tracks, so our feet aren't in line with one another. We're going to do them on two train tracks so that we can widen our base. And we're going to turn those back toes out about 45-degree angle, so just out to the side, and our knee will be tracking in line with that foot. That left foot, the toes are still facing towards the chair. The knee is tracking in that same direction. So our hips are opening here. Okay? We're hanging onto the chair just for stability. If you don't want to hang onto the chair, you don't have to. And here, we'll extend the arm out behind us. Now, if you'd like, you can let go of the chair, coming into a warrior two version. Okay. Now, you can bend as generously as you'd like into that front knee if you want to widen your base. Okay. Or you can hang on to the chair. You can even place your back hand on your hip if it's getting a little tired. You do you. So here, what we're going to do is inhale and extend that front leg. And then exhale, bend into it. You automatically might start to feel that front thigh light up, right? Inhale, release, right? Exhale, bend into that front knee. Now again, if your arms are out, you get a little extra arm workout here. Inhale, extend, and exhale, bend. Now, listen up here, friends. We're going to try something different. We're going to inhale and extend that front leg. The right hand is going to come down to that back thigh, and the front arm is going to come up overhead, a reverse triangle. Exhale, left hand is going to come to the chair. We're going to bend into that front knee. That back arm is going to come up overhead. So our hips are going to kick back here. Remembering to keep a slight bend in that back knee. We don't want to lock it out. And we'll come overhead. Side body stretch here. One more time. Inhale, extend that front leg. Back arm comes to that back thigh. Front arm comes up overhead. Exhale here. Take an inhale. And exhale, coming back to where we were, bend into that front knee and extend the arm overhead, back arm overhead. One more time with your own breath. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to turn that right arm towards the chair, and we're going to step heel, foot, our toes up to standing at the back at the top of our chair. Take a few moments here with your arms down to your side, standing tall in our mountain pose, Tadasana. And take a few inhales and exhales, noticing if you feel any difference between both sides. If you don't lunge or squat into your legs as often, you might have felt a lot of those muscles lighting up, and that's good. That's building the muscles around your knees so that they move a little bit easier and they can help support that knee joint. When we're ready, we're going to take it to the other side. So the arms are down to the side. We're going to exhale our air here together and inhale our arms up overhead. Exhale them down to the side again. We're going to grab the chair with our right hand this time, and we're going to step back with our left foot. Again, we're going to pivot that left foot, the toes 45-degree angle out to the side. The front toes are facing towards the chair, and we're on 2 train tracks here. We're going to bend into that front knee. Then we're going to inhale and extend that front knee, and exhale, bend into it. We're going to move slow. So instead of going from A to Z immediately, check mark, we're going to take the whole breath to move where we're going. So exhaling the air, inhaling, taking the whole inhale to move through that line of movement. Now, you're welcome to release your hand, or you can keep it on the chair. Come into Warrior 2. Inhale, we're going to reverse that warrior and straighten the front leg. Exhale, coming back down, extending that back arm overhead, bending into that front knee. Inhale, reverse. Again, taking the whole inhale and the whole exhale. One more time. Now from here, the left hand will meet the right on the chair. We're going to turn those back toes and either heel toe your foot up or step gently. And we'll turn our chair around and we'll have a seat. Again, halfway forward, bringing your feet out and to the side just slightly to give us a wide base. And this time, we're going to release the arms to the side and inhale them up overhead. Exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So the left hand will come to the right knee, the right arm behind you. If you went to the other side, no worries, it doesn't matter. We're just taking a gentle twist here to release our back. Remembering to let your air flow as freely as it can, even while being twisted. On your next inhale, come towards center, release the hands, bring them up overhead on an inhale. And exhale, take it to the other side. So the right hand will fall to the left knee, the left hand behind. We twist gently, looking over that shoulder if that's available in your neck. Again, breathing freely here. Taking a few moments to cool down the body after movement. And when you're ready, coming back towards center, inhaling the arms up above the head. Down to the side on an exhale. And again here, what we did in the beginning is you can extend each knee and leg, just letting them get some movement to end your practice. And taking just a few deep inhales and exhales to let yourself come back to your natural breath. As always, you're welcome to keep doing these movements and exercises over and over again if that feels good for you, or use it as an option to warm up for your yoga practice. Oftentimes in classes, we go straight in and the warm-up is very short because we want to get to the quote-unquote meat of the practice where we're moving a lot. But I find in my body I need a little bit more time to move and get that mobility going so that I can be effective in my practice. So do what's best for you. You know your body best. These are offerings for you to take with you as you move throughout your practice. Thank you for joining me and practicing with me. May you be well.